No, hell no. We're on live right now, baby.
Oh, we are?
I think...
Are you on your podcast?
Yeah. No, I'm on my personal page on...
Oh.
Yeah.
Are we using Spreaker?
Spreaker, yeah.
Sure, we're doing live.
Yeah. You can't do this on SoundCloud. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Are you live for real? You messed up.
Yeah, no, I'm live right now.
Oh, you are live.
Yeah, we're live, baby.
Oh, yeah. Crap, I forgot.
Yeah, we're live.
All right.
We got all of 2 listeners listening to us right now.
2 already.
Anyway, we are doing a live broadcast outside the theaters of Regal Entertainment, which is at the Maui Mall, Kahului. Just seen the movie T.M.N.T, which is an acronym called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
And I'm joined here with my good friend and neighbor, Mr. G Money.
Hey, we're back.
We're back. And of course, Professor Barry's here. Professor.
Hey, everybody.
And this is fresh, hot off the press, T.M.N.T analysis of the movie. I was a little surprised, but I'll give it to G. What did you think of the Turtles?
Well, speaking of fresh, they're fresh out the box as well. And I have to say that there is hints of magic in the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I don't think it hits the mark as well as it should have. What about you, Professor Barry?
I'd say it was kind of charmless. The moments in the movie that were really out of place is when they were trying to be funny and have fun, because it's really not that kind of a movie. It's very serious. It takes itself very seriously. There's a moment in the movie where the turtles are beatboxing in an elevator. I thought, this feels really out of place, because all of a sudden this movie's kind of fun. And it's not that kind of a movie. It's really kind of heavy.
I agree, and I think, but to me, to be honest, I think that was one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Yeah, me too.
And it was really fun because they were letting loose and having a good time. I kind of liked it. I thought that the story itself was weak, very weak. I thought that everybody sounded like as if they were in some kind of, I don't know, oxygen-deprived studio, because everybody was constantly pausing and doing the and pausing for every dramatic line. And, did you notice that, or is that just me?
No, I noticed that too. The dialogue itself is weak, though, so I don't think I missed anything. The dialogue was weak, the plot was bad, the special effects were incredible, but it was at the service of a design that I thought was really awful. I didn't like the way the Turtles looked. I hated the way Splinter looked.
Yeah, I completely agree, although I like the voice.
He was very rat-ish. He was hardcore rat.
He was definitely a rat. He was a charmless rat. You know what I mean? There's nothing about it.
I mean, the thing that I had in my head was the voice of Splinter a bona fide Asian guy? Was my question.
Negative. He's a bona fide Jew.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I didn't say there was. I'm just saying he's a Jewish guy and he's a great actor. Tony Shalhoub. Yeah.
That was the thing that was in my mind is comparing the authenticity between the good old cartoon of T.M.N.T and today's movie. And I was duck lips when we first started. And I wasn't too satisfied with the movie myself.
And I think you're absolutely right. I think majority of parents that went in with their kids were not paying attention on their cell phones and or sleeping. So I have to say that I do agree with that. I hope that the future is brighter for the Turtles because of the immense popularity of it right now. But unfortunately for me, I thought the action. There was only a couple of things that charmed me about the film. The action set piece at the very end, or at the climax, going down the mountainside in the snow, was fantastic. That's where most of the money went. And I love the little hints of fun that they could have had more of, but they didn't. It seemed very serious, like Professor Barry said. Professor
Barry, I'm looking at the movie line, the movie in its entirety as far as a storyline is concerned. And what I'm reminded of is an Avenger storyline, going up to the top of a building and doing something horrible. I mean, it was just weak in that respect.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's
I was waiting for Tony Stark to come in and save the day.
Good point.
That would have helped. Yeah, it's a lively movie, but it's not all that interesting. I found there are only parts of it I thought that I don't even know if the word magic is right, but this is just it's not enjoyable. It's just kind of a loud, clunky film. At times the violence isn't vivid, but it's ugly, and I wasn't really rooting for the humans. I mean, let's just talk about Megan Fox. Again, she's great to look at. She's not an actress, and she's playing a news reporter, which is kind of like Cindy Crawford playing a lawyer. It doesn't really work.
Hey, she was great in Fair Game. Cindy Crawford was great in Fair Game.
Speaking of Megan Fox, I kind of thought it was her. It wasn't explicitly Megan Fox in my mind.
Really?
And the reason why is
Wow.
I had a lot of Megan, not too much of the Fox.
Wow.
And I don't know if that was the way how she looked. Maybe it was a post cakey kind of thing.
Maybe it could be.
I don't know.
She's not the same age as she was in the original Transformers.
Yeah. The Transformers Megan Fox had both the Megan and the Fox.
She's had a couple of cakeys.
Oh, she had more than one?
I think so, hasn't she?
I think so.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
you probably didn't recognize her because Michael Bay, who produced this one, he didn't direct it. When Michael Bay directs her, you don't see a lot of her face. The camera doesn't tend to linger on her face. There's a lot of her face in this movie.
That is
You
true.
might not have recognized her.
That's
It's maybe the first time you ever get a good look at her.
Or else you got too much of a look and we're like, yeah, no. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I tell you what, I'll be honest. I thought she was a decent April O'Neil. I thought the story connecting her to the Turtles in the beginning was interesting, but it just kind of ended there, and it just never turned into anything else. So overall, I got to tell you, I was definitely disappointed. Hints of magic for me. And by the way, one more thing, so you guys know. I can't buy two people that sound like 40-year-olds who are supposed to be teenagers. We had Johnny Knoxville. I didn't get the other gentleman's name who was voicing Raphael. Was that just me, or I mean, Michelangelo and Donatello, they were perfect. I mean, they had that very teen angsty kind of thing, and that was great. But the other two just felt they were too old to be teenagers.
They sound like soldier characters from Michael Bay movie. And look, I'm all about changing things up, but I mean, aren't these guys supposed to be cowabunga dude surfer guys? I mean, they completely lost that angle, which was fun.
Right.
They completely lost the fact that Splinter was supposed to be kind of a Miyagi stand-in. Why couldn't they have gotten Ken Watanabe to play Splinter?
Good point. I never thought about that.
That was my concern. I was hoping that a bona fide Asian guy was playing Sensei because it would lend more credence to the role. I thought.
I completely agree. I mean, when you juxtapose a Sensei with a rat, you don't really get when you only see the rat as the Sensei and the other guy is the villain, and he's not authentic, and this guy grows up in Okinawa. It just doesn't really feel that way. You know what I mean? I don't get that. I mean, to be quite honest, and he doesn't. It's not that he doesn't look it. I don't believe that he's picking sweet potatoes in Okinawa. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, what did you think about Sister Mary Clarence making an appearance?
Sister.
Miss.
Man, you yanked back in the back. That was a catalog.
I figure I'm dealing with movie aficionados. If I threw that out, you would have picked up on that.
That was a catalog pull. That was good.
Sister Mary Clarence
You
was
didn't say
in
Oda Mae Brown. You went to Sister Mary Clarence.
Sister Mary Clarence. Good Lord. So Whoopi Goldberg, yes, does make an appearance in the film. She, like I was telling Professor Barry in the theater, her appearances were just innocuous to the film. It could have just been anybody. She didn't seem to make an impact, or she didn't, and it almost seemed pointless to even have her in the film.
I thought they could have saved on payroll on that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe invest in more catering or something for the movie. What was your thoughts on Whoopi?
It's very strange to have her in the film because, as I was telling both of you guys, it's strange that she's in a film because she's been doing The View for so long. She hasn't actually acted in a major role in a major film in years, so it's very strange that she would do this film. It's not a cameo. She has about 4 or 5 scenes in the film, so it's a pivotal role. She didn't take any credit in the film, so I wonder if she decided to just have her name removed from the movie.
That could be it. I don't know, but she just doesn't seem. She's supposed to be running the television station in which they're working. She's almost in look and appearance, and even in maybe action, she's almost like an Oprah type. Is that just me, or she almost seemed that way?
I don't know. She seemed very quirky. I can't imagine her being the individual running that station. Maybe a personality.
Yeah, but she didn't seem like. But she looked like she was running the show.
Yeah, she's like the news director.
Yeah, she was the news director. Yeah. I completely, I totally get that. So I don't know. I felt that there were hints of magic to the show, but I just felt that they missed the mark. I thought the story was just completely and just didn't make much sense by the end of the film, and unfortunately, I think that it was to its detriment. It should have been much better than it was.
Well, let's give our final ratings around. I think it's not going to look too good. We'll start with Professor Barry. 1 to 5 scale. What do you got?
Out of 5 shells, I'll give it 2. I don't think it's a total disaster. There are moments of it I really liked. And it certainly is entertaining and lively, and it didn't feel incredibly long like a lot of these summer movies. But yeah, there's a lot missing here. It's not just that the older films did it better. I think the other films just found a way to take a concept that's very, very gimmicky and very silly and make it fun and enjoyable. And I just didn't find this movie a lot of fun.
2 shells. G?
Oh, 2 shells. Well, here's my analysis of the film. I think that when we go back to the original comics in which they're based, they were a little more serious. Yeah. But you can't burn the candle at both ends for a movie. You either cater to the kids, or you cater to the teens, or you cater to the adults. You can't cater to everybody. You can't be all things to all people, and it tried to be.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think it worked this time. Action was great. The action was great. Some of the comedy worked. I laughed a couple of times, but other than that, I thought it just did not work. So, for me, I would have to say that because there was also no Vanilla Ice in it, I would have to give it 2 shells.
2 shells.
2 turtle shells. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit and go 1 shell.
Wow.
If you're bringing the family, bring them for a matinee. And eat before you come, because I didn't think it was that good. I would wait for a Blu-ray if you can, or pay-per-view. I thought it was fun, but I'd watch it on television maybe when it ends up on Bravo.
Oh, on Bravo. I doubt it'll end up on Bravo.
Or US, FX. It will probably end up on FX.
Yeah, that's where it'll be. So yeah, that's our initial Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle impressions. Oh, we didn't mention, by the way, we saw it in 3D and we thought the 3D wasn't bad. It was actually pretty good.
I didn't think that 3D was justified. I didn't see too many things that were trying to grab me. You know what I mean? There wasn't too many 3D effects to warrant me wearing glasses over my glasses, which I am totally against.
That's 2 times the nerd right there. That's so. Well, yeah, you're absolutely right. You got to remember most of these movies are done converted. They're shot regular 2D and then they're converted up to 3D. So this is the case for that film as well. So you look for more depth than things shooting at your face.
I got it. Yeah. All right. Well, we got a 2 shell, and a 1 shell. You make up your own mind and let us know what you think.
1.5.
Yeah, something like that.
Not good.
It's not good.
No, even on the curve.
If I was in high school, I'd be flunking with that kind of average. Well, if you guys see the movie T.M.N.T, send an email. Let us know your thoughts. Send it to nerdwatch@mauiwatch.com.
Yes.
With Mr. G Money running the Nerdwatch, and you can also
Twitter
hit him
account.
up on Twitter.
Twitter account @NerdWatchNation. Check us out there. And you can also hit us up on our Facebook page at Maui Watch and MauiWatch.com.
Yeah, you can also see episodes or hear episodes of the Nerdwatch Nation online at MauiWatch.com.
Oh, I'm putting up a new one here very shortly, so look for that. That'll be coming up right after we broadcast this. I'll be putting up a new one that we did earlier today.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us on the podcast. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sucked ass. All right. We'll see you next time. Aloha.